So, Kizer, got a Kizer knife here, and man, is it bulging at the seams. I'm not sure what's going on here, but this is a Kizer Justice. It's an Azo and Nut Hun design collaboration, N690 blade, denim, and steel liners, 3.8-inch blade. But man, this box is busting at the seams. I'm guessing there's a case or something in there because it's soft. See if I can get this box open without destroying it. Ooh. Yeah, there's one of those big Kizer cases in there. Big denim one. We've got some hardware. Looks like a whole package here of hardware. And then this big case. Get that box out of there. Alright, standard stickers. Maybe Halloween themed? I'm not sure. Pirate theme, but cleaning cloth, all the paperwork's going to be in there. And then the denim knife pouch with the denim knife. How about that? It looks like it'll hold six knives, maybe a couple of small pieces here. Not really sure. Yeah, pretty cool little travel case, I guess. And I have another version of this Justice. And man, do I like this knife. Let's get that open. Yeah. Golly, I like this one. Little lock stick. Oh, look at that fall, though. Thumb flick. Lots of jimping everywhere that is nice. Let me look at this stick. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's anything I'd worry about. I'm sure it'll work itself out with use. It's that kind of stick. It's really just more an audio irritant than anything. Yep. Glass breaker on the butt. It's definitely denim micarta. Like they scaled it with some jeans. Titanium backspacer. I think titanium pocket clip. Let's look. Nah, it's steel. The backspacer's steel too. Steel liners. Steel hardware. It's all steel. Yep. What do we got here? Badging. Justice. It's got the designers. Nut and Azo. And then the model number and the steel should be over here. Yeah, N690. It's V4543N7. Pretty cool. Hey, let's get it apart. Let's see what's going on. Where are we at? Here we go. Ooh, tight. Ooh, very tight. Very tight. Let's try the nut buster. Get a little bit better leverage with this little bulky dude. Oh, man. That is on lockdown. But it's coming. Whew. It's got to be Loctite because it's still tight and we're not up in there. Yeah, it's just, it got dippity dude, man. Look at all that Loctite on them threads. Whew, come on. All right, give me my bit back. say goodbye to that. I think I'm going to run that in real quick. And then back it out again. I mean, it went in a lot easier that time. So I'm not going to panic with that screw. I'll leave that be. Should be TH back here. Yep. And T6 on a pocket clip. Come on, man. Get out of there. All right. There we go. I was about to say, stay there. T6 is. Wonder how that tension is. Oh, it's got a ton of tension. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about adjusting that. And then there was one more screw, scale screw underneath the pocket clip. There we go. Scale popped off. No hidden screws underneath, so get the tension off that lock and we're good. Looks kind of dry in here. Don't really see any lubrication. Which, I mean, is bad, but it's kind of good because then I don't have a bunch of oil cleanup. These seem fixed pretty good. I don't see any oil in here, so I think I'm just going to wipe it down and we'll lube it and put it back together. Yeah. Beautiful blade. Love the blade shape. Kind of, the knife is kind of old school. Very functional. Comfortable in hand. Excellent ergonomics. Get these scales all shined up. So when you look in the knife, it looks nice and clean. Yeah. Lots of skeletonizing going on here. A lot of weight reduction. Which, you know, no complaints there. Makes the knife, I want it to be hefty. I want it to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Substantial. But that doesn't mean it's got to be heavy, wieldy. All right, I think we're good. I know we're good. Well, let's start with the pivot. It's captured in the bottom down here, like so. Big bearings. Ooh, is that nice? I'm going to put a tiny bit in that detent ball track. Try to keep my fingers off that liner, the inside of it. There we go. Like a glove. There we go. It's this one. I thought I felt some wiggle in there. Yeah, So that Loctite's packed down deep, and so down in there it's tight. But there's some wiggle. There it is. But it's still got a slightest little wiggle, and I noticed that, well, we're straight now, but I still got to get tighter with this. All of that Loctite's packed down at the bottom there. Yeah, there it is. Look at this action, man. Oh, my goodness, that's good. I feel like it could be even tighter. Oh man, is that good? Well, let's get the rest of this hardware down. Got to get this one in before the pocket clip goes on. I think that glass breaker is removable. Yeah, it is. It just screws into the backspacer, so it could easily be removed. I'm not going to remove it. If this knife ends up on timber's edge, I'll want it to be the way that I found it. And there's a good chance it will. That whole process is a godsend. Now the site's not crazy active. I think as I'm doing this video right here, we're just around 100 pieces on that site and very little activity. So it'll take time for the word to get out, but what a godsend for me. Like this knife, I'll review this, I'll check it in, and then in the editing process, all the images will get uploaded on this to the Timber's Edge Knives site, and then that site will manage this piece going forward. I don't have to mess with it no more. And so that, man, such a bonus, you know. And, you know, in the future, it's going to be a great resource to provide content for the channel. Man, is this thing pretty. Look, now that it's all cleaned up, look how everything in there is shining and just beautiful. These liners are all shined up. The pocket clip, nice satin on the blade. The pivot, this side's polished. The hardware's polished. It's just a beautiful knife. The action on this thing. The lock stick's gone. And it could be that there was some oil that got on that in that action, and that was causing the lock stick, but it's gone now. No wiggle in this knife. Up, down, side to side. It is solid as a rock. Yep. Thumb flick is wonderful. Spidey flick is good. Back flipper, very snappy. I mean, wow. A- to a A. This is legit. I mean, and I've said this before, it's a cumulative score. It has to do with the whole knife. And when I take this knife action into totality with all the rest of it, it's going to get an A or an A, an A-. It's just really that good. Ergonomics, wonderful jimping up here, locks in. The flipper tab is an excellent finger guard, and then this additional jimping down here and on the backspacer. There's just, I mean, all kinds of little grippy spots. These cutouts, these slots, they provide grip on the scales themselves. And so, not so confident, confident, very confident. This knife just goes whoop and starts climbing right towards very confident. The reverse grip is stunning. The thumb platform, even with the glass breaker, just a wonderful, really powerful grip here. And this thing will double up. I can get it here. And this is where I'd rather be. If I'm going to hammer this in, I want to be coming against the sharp blade versus coming against the dull top of the knife and against the locking mechanism, which if it broke, it would drive that blade towards my exposed fingers. Where this way, if it breaks, it's going to drive the dull edge into my fingers. Follow my logic there? So if I'm going to hammer down with this knife, I definitely want to come this way. Yeah. And it affords it. It's got a great grip. Let's check the pocket clip. It's got a ton of tension on it. I didn't even want to bother with it. Get it over the thick stuff. Yeah, there. Where it's all tattered here, I think it's going to struggle. But up here where it's not wore out, I think I can get it. I think I can. I think I can. There it is. Deep carry. I mean, the knife all but disappeared. Just the slightest little bit poking itself out there. Excellent tension. Standard jean size material. Yeah, it's not quite a dryer clip, but it's got excellent tension. And then my spot in the back pocket. I mean, it's better here than here. And I would expect this to survive a tumble, whatever. It's still going to be there when I go looking for it. Yep. I mean, I'm going to give the pocket clip like a B. There's really nothing to grab. There's no hole. It needs a little tension. It's solid. I mean, it's pressing really hard. It's just a really smooth design. Now, we went over this a while back. Wouldn't take much to pull this off and then just do some filing with even just some rough sandpaper or my diamond file against the grain here so that in the pocket it would hold better. It would be easy to turn that clip into an A+, without a doubt. Let's check it for safety. Make sure we don't have any blade contact anywhere, and we don't. It's good to go. Wonder if that N690 is sharp from Kizer. I mean, yeah, buddy. Yep, it's crazy sharp. This Chad's gonna drive me nuts, so I gotta get it. I'm gonna have to get it off of there. There we go. Cleaned up my little piece of paper. Took a lot of it, though. That was kind of silly. A little demo work. All right. Kizer Justice. Where are they and what do we got to pay for one? Okay, so I'm finding these. They're right around $75 is what I'm seeing for this particular make and model of Kizer. So, yeah. Do I think it's worth that? I mean, me personally, I'd rather seen it in 14C than the N690, but there's some that just love that N690 and would choose it over the 14C. I'm just a 14C fan. But, you know, all in all, man, the ergonomics on this thing, the fit and finish, the action, the denim micarta, pretty cool. Is it a mid-level piece like that, under $100, but over $50? I think absolutely it is. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching.